Hey, what's up? John Sonmez from simpleprogrammer.com. So, I thought I'd do a quick video here in my office, my lovely office, with my phone camera instead, because I just want to do a quick one, because I was just talking about this topic, and I thought this is an interesting topic. I've done some videos on external validation, on not to seek external validation. You can check that out here. But I want to talk about another thing, because that's external. Because sometimes we tend to be so dang external and it just ruins our lives, right? And so it's not necessarily validation that some of us are seeking externally, but it is external things that will complete our lives, or that will make us whole, or let us experience growth or contribution, or any of the other essential type of desires that we have as human beings. You know, for some of us, this may look like getting a new job. For some of us, this may look like, it may look like a relationship or a spouse, right? I'm not going to talk about that one so much because I talked about that, about seeking validation or external validation. For some of us, it may look like making more money, getting a new car, going shopping. It may look like getting a volunteer opportunity, joining a sport, some kind of thing that you need to have, you need to add to your life, or you need to find externally that is going to complete you or make your life better. For some people, it may be time. It may be when this is done, when my kids grow up, when I finally complete college, when I finally get out of this grunt job and get a real job, right? I did this video about someday. You can check this one out about someday. Like, someday I will live my life, and if you want to hear more about that, go ahead and check out that video. But it's all related to the same point, which is that I like this phrase. It's kind of a cliche phrase, but I like it. All right, so I'm going to stick with this phrase, which is, "All that I have is within me now." I want you to recite that phrase. I want you to say it. All that I have is within me now. And I want you to actually believe it, because it's true. And what I mean by this is that a lot of external things are multipliers, right? So one real good one is money. Money is a multiplier for your vices. Think about that, okay? Money, I'm going to say it again, money is a multiplier for your vices. It's also a multiplier for your good deeds. It's a multiplier for good things, right? But it's a real multiplier for your vices. You give someone that has problems, right? Let's put an obvious one. Let's say someone has drug problems, and then you give them a bunch of money, they're gonna have more drug problems, right? You give a fat person, someone who's overweight, who has the eating problem, more money, they're gonna go eat at more restaurants, they're gonna indulge more, they're gonna have more problems, right? You give someone who has a problem with, sexual fidelity, let's say that. You give them a bunch of money, what do you think is going to happen? Where do you think they're going to spend their money? Okay? Now, you give someone who's contributing to the world, who's maybe donating to the poor, who's maybe like supporting foundations or building cool stuff, right, that helps people. You give them more money, what are they going to do? It's going to be a multiplier, right? You see what I'm saying? So I don't want to sidetrail into that. That could be a whole discussion, but the idea is that a lot of external things in your life are multipliers, and a lot of us are seeking the external, not just the external validation, like I said in that video about external validation, but we're seeking to find something externally in order to complete ourselves, in order to fulfill ourselves, in order to feel better about our lives. And what we end up doing is we end up rejecting the current life that we have, the current mind state and attitude, or set of circumstances that we're in, for something better. And when we get the better, even if we do, we're still not satisfied, and we want something else. So what we end up doing is we end up living our life in the future tense, always wishing that things were better, right? And never being satisfied. And it's because all of these external things are not going to make you happy. They're not going to fulfill you, right? I'm not going to preach to you today. I'm not going to say you need to find God or religion. Fine, that may be an element of it, right? But that's still external to some degree, right? In order to, there's a really powerful phrase again, another one here. I said all that you need is within you now, and that's true. But there's another one here, which is, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. And see, it's not your life, it's how you live it, okay? And so if you're looking for something external, if you're looking for money, if you're looking for cars, women, whatever it is, right? Or you're looking for something to end, you're looking for time to stop, or something to be finished, your college, your job, this crazy schedule you're doing, finally when I lose that weight, all of those things, what you're doing is you're living your life wrong because you have the wrong attitude. And what you're setting yourself up for is failure, because when you get the thing, it's going to be a multiplier to your bad internal state. What you got to fix is your internal state. You got to fix how you're thinking about things, how you're living your life. You got to get up in the morning and you got to say, hey, it's not what I'm doing. It's not the environment around me. It's my attitude. It's my thinking. It's how I can choose to mop the floor and grow from that experience, right? I can choose to enjoy every single keystroke I type on my keyboard. I know that's ridiculous, right? And this is something I need to tell myself sometimes, right? Because I can fall into this trap. I can fall into this trap of saying, well, I need this, or, once I get through this, once I finish my book, once I hit certain revenue targets, then I'll really start living my life. Then it'll be great. No, wrong. It's so great now. And if it's not so great now, what did I say, right? Things like money, and there's other multipliers. A lot of the external things end up being multipliers. They're either enhancements to your life, and they could enhance your life in a bad way, or they could enhance your life in a good way. And so if you're not able to be a good steward of what you have now, both financially and, let's say, spiritually, right? In your own, your ability to, emotionally, let's say emotionally, I think that's probably better. If you can't handle that now, then if you get more, it's going to cause you more problems. And for you guys here, I will address, real quick, the relationship side. A lot of you guys are like, oh, I need a girlfriend, I need a girl, blah, 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 blah. No, what you need is build your confidence now. Because when you have a woman, she's going to chop the legs right out from underneath you. Women are really good at doing that, if you haven't noticed that. And so if you can't stand on your own legs right now because you're so needy and you lack confidence and you're looking for that to get self-confidence, oh gosh, you're going to be in for a world of pain. It's going to hurt you a lot more than what you're experiencing now. So be strong now, right? This is why I'm doing some of these videos, is like, learn that now. So, but it's a good analogy because I think it applies to anyone, right? Doesn't matter. Is that same idea. It's like, be strong now. Build your inner strength. Build your inner fortress. Build your ability to withstand, right? Become a little more stoic, right? More internally focused rather than externally, right? Build the strength up internal. Build your joy and happiness, right? Regardless of your circumstances, because it's in your mind, because it's your mindset, because it's the way that you choose to look at the world. It's how you choose to look at the world. It's how you choose to act and what you choose to believe about the world, right? When you have that, when you got that clicking, when you're like, you could put me in a box and I am going to be happy, right? Like I'm going to be the guy that, like, whatever it is, whatever circumstance you put me in life, I'm going to make the most of it and I'm going to find a way to make it enjoyable. When you're that, then everything else not only will everything flow, because you're going to be able to achieve and get what you want out of life because you don't need it, right? Again, I did this video on irony. This is an irony, right? This is one of those ironies. But not only will that happen, but you're going to enjoy it. Now it's going to be a good enhancement to your life. It's not going to multiply your vices. The worst thing you could possibly do when you have a screwed up life, if you need money because you have bad money management skills, or your life is crap and, oh, if I could only win $1 million, then my life would be better. No, no, that'd be the worst thing that could happen to you. The worst thing that you could have is the multiplier when your life is crap. What you need when your life is crap is you need to fix it. You need to figure out how to fix it internally, right? Because everything that comes out from you, that flows in your life externally, comes from you internally, right? So get that stuff together. Get the mindset. Get the right way of thinking. If you want some help on this, you can look through my book list. Actually, no, don't go through my book list. Go to the top 10 books that I have for 2016. It's actually my top 10 books overall, right? Read some of those books. That will help you with the mindset. So anyway, I hope this helps you. Those of you that are looking externally for whatever it is, and maybe you'll look a little external or internally. There is one external thing that I'm going to ask you to do here, which is to click the subscribe button wherever it appears around here, somewhere. Just click that, and then you'll get more videos like this. So I'll talk to you next time. Take care.